All right, hi everyone. We are talking about the 20%. That's the 20% of our calories that we allow to be somewhat junk food or processed food. I'm gonna take it over to Costco with me. I'm gonna go do some shopping there, and we're gonna discuss which products I like to buy, which ones I don't like to buy, and how I make my decision. Now remember, this is generally for people who are in what's called generally good health. If you're already diagnosed with some sort of disease, diabetes, hypertension, then you may want to rethink how strict you want to be. But this 20% is built in because people are going to want to cheat. They're going to want to eat some processed foods. So it's built into the 911 diet. So let's go to Costco. Let's do it 911 style. All right, everyone. Today's shout out goes out to all of you who love junk food. So let's get in it. Hopefully you guys remember this chart. Real food is supposed to be 80% of our calories, and up to 20% of our calories can be from this gray area of processed food products. Now, I know many times it can be difficult to determine the amount of processing a food undergoes, and that type of food ranges from positive to negative health benefits. And the really bad stuff fits into this last area where it says heavy processing, and definitely comes with negative health consequences. I call it the red zone. Now, obviously this chart is subjective, so you have to be careful. So you want to be looking at several things: the ingredients, how much salt, how much added sugar, and how much oil. Now, some of what I bought today is real food. Most were in this gray area, and a few of the products were in the red zone. So first, I'm going to go over a couple of products I didn't buy, but I've purchased in the past that might interest you. This product is pretty good. It's organic, dark chocolate Belgium thins. They're delicious, especially for chocolate lovers. I don't like the amount of additional sugar that they put in. It's 10 grams, but it's not horrible. They're gluten-free and they're vegan, so they've got plenty going in their favor. Next, we have these Aussie Bites. They're also delicious. I've just eaten so many of them in the past that I'm giving them a break for now. Next, we have the ENC's Heavenly Hunks. Again, delicious, but also giving these a break for a little bit. Now we have one that I feel fits into the red zone. They're organic, but I think that's the only plus. Annie's Extra Cheddar Cheesy Smiles. They do taste good, but they're made from cornmeal, which is really just another way of saying corn flour. Here we have organic grain-free tortilla chips. The problem is that they're made from coconut flour. Again, flour, and that puts them into the red zone. And that's the reason why I didn't buy them. Next are these paleo bars. They're very similar to the Aussie Bites. They're organic, plus they come individually wrapped, great to carry around with you. I've purchased these before and they taste great. Here we have the Sun Chips. The first ingredient is not flour. They're organic and they're delicious. So again, for junk food, kind of what you're looking for if you want these kind of chips. Now here we have organic seeds of change, brown rice, red rice, chia, and kale. I've used these plenty of times, and whenever you need a quick meal, they're perfect. And here we have Good Bean organic roasted chickpeas. These are really nice, and I've purchased these a bunch of times, and plus they taste great. Here we have coconut clusters, organic, super delicious. I've purchased these several times and great if you have a sweet tooth. And finally, Late July multi-grain tortilla chips. They're organic. First ingredient is not flour. I've purchased these a bunch of times. Again, if you're looking for chips, these aren't bad. So there you go. These are some of the ones I didn't buy today, but I've purchased in the past and I can kind of sort of recommend. Now just remember, purchasing the whole food and preparing it yourself is always the best. But today we're talking about processed foods, so let's get to what I did buy today. So this is back home, and I'm just going to go over a few of the processed items I bought today. So here we have organic cashews. Unsalted, unroasted, so you would think there's zero processing here. But if you look, you see they are steam pasteurized. So I'm just using this as an example. So you see that even products that look like it's the whole food still undergo some sort of processing at times. Next, we have organic Bear apple chips. They taste delicious, and the only thing in the ingredients is organic apples. The package does specifically say no added sugar, and that makes these really nice. Next, we have organic trail mix snack packs. If you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you know I put these in my breakfast cereal. And I'm going to take a second and explain something that I've noticed. On the outside of the package, when you look at the sugars, it just gives you one number, for instance, 9 grams. But when you look at the individual packages, it breaks it down for you and it says 9 grams, including 5 grams added sugars. Now, I wish all the packages did this because I don't have a problem with sugar when it's naturally occurring. I only have a problem when it's added. I personally prefer when they don't add any sugar. Next, we have Good Granola Minis. Really good for anybody with allergies to either peanuts, dairy, tree nuts, eggs, soy, sesame, wheat, gluten, fish, and shellfish. They covered all their bases. They're organic and not too much added sugar. Next, we have Yes Peas. They're organic and they claim to have only 3 simple ingredients: peas, a hint of oil, and salt. They also have 6 grams of protein per serving with 3 grams of fiber, and not too bad for junk food. Now compare that to this next item, Stacy's Pita Chips. It's almost like they're night and day. They're both organic, but look at the list of ingredients on Stacy Pita Chips. They even have added sugar, and they're made from flour. Definitely the red zone, but my wife wanted them, so here they are. Here we have the Snack Factory pretzel chips, and they're in the same category as the Stacy Pita Chips. A lot of sodium, the first ingredient is flour, in the red zone, but the wife wanted them. Switching gears for a second, and by the way, if you've never had Medjool dates, they're absolutely delicious. They taste like candy and they're super healthy for you. I absolutely love them. Now I want to give a mention to these next 2 products. First, Good Foods Organic Avocado Mash with no sugar added, no artificial ingredients. And the second one is the Kirkland Organic Hummus, again with minimal ingredients. Now these are both great products to take around with you because they come in these little individually wrapped packages. Good for any time you need to make a quick meal or a snack, and I almost always have these in the fridge. Next, we have the Prana Organic Kilimanjaro Deluxe Chocolate Trail Mix. Not too bad on the ingredients, and I love to put them in my cereal. I switch it up with the other trail mix just to mix it up a bit. Now here we have the Runkenden Organic Spinach Pizza. Other than it being organic, it's gonna fail hard. Made from flour, and here are the rest of the ingredients, definitely in the red zone. I personally wouldn't buy it, but my wife wanted it, so here it is. And to be honest, I'll probably have a slice or 2 when she cooks it, but that's still a maybe. And by the way, I'm looking for organic pizza, not made from flour, with minimal ingredients, has vegetables, and it tastes delicious. Let me know in the comments below if you know who sells one. We also got organic raw honey and organic maple syrup, but I almost never use those. And here we got Di Napoli Classical Organic Pasta Sauce. Not too bad on the ingredients, but a ton of sodium, 400 milligrams for half a cup. And last we have Wild Brine Raw Organic Sauerkraut Probiotic Fermented. This stuff is delicious. It's supposed to be good for you. The ingredients are great, but it does have a lot of sodium, 260 milligrams in 2 tablespoons. And when I eat it, I use about 4 tablespoons. So that puts me at about 520 milligrams of sodium just in this one food item. And this is what I mean that you have to be careful. Because when you begin to add up all these individual food components plus whatever you've added when you were cooking, it ends up being a lot. And that goes for oil and sugar also. So there you have it. I tried to cover all the processed foods that we purchase here in our home. Hopefully this will help you out. Remember that I limit these foods to a max of 20% of total calories. Now, again, it doesn't mean that I'm counting calories, but I average about 3,000 calories a day. That means I can have up to about 600 calories of processed foods. So I just give it a ballpark estimate. Now remember, all the foods that I just mentioned are not counted towards that 20%. Things like the hummus, the avocado mash, the trail mix, or even the sauerkraut. Even though there's processing involved, I don't count that towards the 20%. Well, that's it, guys. Hopefully that's been enlightening and you've enjoyed the information. This is how I do it, and maybe it'll help you. Share with me in the comments below some of your tips and tricks and which processed foods you enjoy and think are healthy. And until we see each other again, stay safe and stay healthy.